Okay, guys, I know this is a little late in coming. I promised I would show it to you earlier. This is the Suunto Core all black military watch. I love it. I'll go into some of the features on it real quick for you. Now, keep in mind, I am not a very tech savvy person when it comes to watches. They've always been one step ahead of me, and I have found this one very, very easy to use. It's pretty self-explanatory on everything. First, we have the arrow here at the top. Now, this is basically telling me what the barometric pressure is doing. If it's pointing up, it's rising. If it's pointing down, it's falling. Right now, it's just maintaining fairly steady, so nothing major is happening. Of course, on the first screen here, we have the clock, the date, and time. Now I can hit my menu button here. I can swap it over to the seconds, swap it over to my second time, which I don't have set for any particular place. And then this is my sunrise and sunset for the area that I'm in, the 6:22 to the 7:56 being the sunset. I like this feature because I hunt. Waterfowl, bird, anything like that, duck hunting, you need to know when your sunrise, sunset times are, or the man can be on you at any second. One more time, it'll take you down to a stopwatch. Press it again, it'll take you to a countdown. Now, this is set at 5 minutes. I've never changed it. I haven't had to count down for anything drastic yet. If you notice this section here, these three little lines here, whenever you switch into a function, if any of these buttons around the edge have something to do with that function, a symbol like this will appear, letting you know that you can use that button. So in this case, that would be my start option. So I have started my countdown, and if I press it again, it stops my countdown. Now you'll notice that one has come up over here. That is my reset. So I press and hold that, and it's reset to the 5 minutes down here at the bottom. So it's a very simple watch, pretty self-explanatory. You can change your modes. My first home here is the time and date. This is actually a graph of what the barometric pressure has done over the last 4 hours. One more time takes me to my compass settings. Now, if you'll notice down here, those are my bearings. That's my north setting. I can hit this. Switches me over to alarms. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it's directional. It's telling me which direction to go. That's the first time I've noticed that feature. One thing I do like about this watch, if you notice the arrow up top, I can point that arrow if there's a landmark or my house or anything like that in the direction of that, and turn the face to line it up with my compass directions. Now, all I have to do to get back to where I want to go, point this, well, my compass timed out. Go back to compass. Now, if I keep my bearings, like I was saying, my compass bearings, if I keep them in between my two little north marks here, it's going to take me to wherever the arrow had pointed. So if my landmark was my house, set this to the bearings, keep it between these two lines, and it's taken me straight to my house on that course. So that's a very simple function. The face is secure. I mean, it's a little tight to switch around. Now I can go back to my time settings. As far as setting everything up, if you press and hold and go into your menu, now I'm at memory. This will take me back to the next screen. This will back me completely out. Again, you can see the little lines here telling me what I can do. So if I wanted to go into memory, I would hit the button and I can select altimeter, barometer, my logbook. I mean, just whatever. It does all kinds of stuff. Back out to my main setting here. Now I can scroll down. I can set my date and time, set the alarm on it. I can change the countdown, the time, the dual time, so I can set my others on, the date. That's your options there. Back out again. You go to sunrise. You click to go in. Location, your US. It's got 400 different locations you can set up so that you have a fairly accurate sunrise, sunset for you. You can back out. Altimeter, barometer. I can go in. I can change my reference points as far as the barometric pressure or the sea level pressure as to where I'm at, and also my altitude. I can change my profile. So do I want, on my original one, do I want it to show the barometer all the time or the altimeter all the time? Or I can do automatic and it'll switch back and forth depending on if I'm riding in a car or moving a whole lot. It'll generally switch around to what it feels best. Now this little feature, the storm alarm, you can go in and you can cut it on, you can cut it off, you can back out. I have mine on just to see how well it's going to work. Every time it has gone off, I have felt a raindrop. So it's actually kind of uncanny. I'm going to go back into my menu. Memory, time, date, sunrise, barometer, compass. You can set your declination however you want to do that. Back out. Go into general. Your button tones, you can cut them on and off. Your backlights, you can switch the languages. Back out. Go down to units. You can set it up. Your time, whether you're on 24 or 12. Your date, your temperature, your air pressure, your altitude, and all this is metric or standard, just however you want to change it and set it up. It's completely customizable. This will back out, and then I'm back to my home screen. Another feature about this is your backlight. Can't really tell because of the light in here, but it's pretty good light. Not too bright, so it's not really going to give you away if you don't want to be given away. And you can also press and hold this button, and if you'll notice the little lock that came in at the top, now it's locked, so I don't have to worry about changing any of my settings if a button gets hit. Press and hold it again. That will take the lock off. Very neat, very simple watch. Like I said, I'm not that watch savvy, and I had no problem with it. Also, if you turn it over to the back, you can see this groove. A quarter, a dime, a nickel, anything, any coin, even a knife will fit in there, so you can very easily change your own battery. When you're using everything on this watch, you're going to get about a year's life out of it. Not too bad. The batteries are easily changeable for yourself. They're about $6 or $7. This little doohickey here, that's actually your sensor for your temperature, your barometric pressure, everything. Now one thing about this, if I go into my barometric, you can see the temperature down here at the bottom. That temperature is going to be thrown off when you wear it on your arm. However, if you take the watch off for about 5 or 10 minutes, get it away from the heat of your arm, the temperature will start coming down on it, and it'll give you the accurate reading of where you're at. It's no way, shape, or form 89 degrees in here, but with my hand being on the back, my finger being near it and everything like that, it's still picking up the temperature coming off of my body. But I've had no problem setting it down in my house, and it matches my thermostat fine. Just a great little watch. You can find them. A lot of places are $2.99. You can look around. I found this one for $2.40. So it's like anything else. If you're shopping, make sure you look around before you jump on the first price. That's about it. Sorry the video is shaky, but I film everything from my iPhone, so I don't have a standard camera setup or anything. I've got my iPhone hanging halfway off the table at the moment. If you have any questions, hit me up with them, and sorry it took me so long to get it posted.